56 years ago, or if you want to put it in another way, 672 months, or 2,922 weeks, or even 490,992 hours. That is October 21, 1969. Some of you might remember, some of you might not remember, but it's a historical day for Somalia. And that's what week 42 of my 5 minutes of fame starts with. The question is very simple. Have we moved forward? Are we better off, or we are the same, or we are worse off than we were 56 years ago? So I'll cover that and many other things this 5 minutes of fame. So stay tuned. It's 21 October and we have to remember. So I will not say much about 21st October, but there's a writing down. You can read in the post. The question really we have to answer is, have we moved up? Are we up in the sky? Or as Somalis, we are not any better than we were in 1950s. Politically, of course, there are a lot of things that happen economically and in other areas. I will also write about education this week. I will write about my travels in Mauritius and other parts of Africa. I will write about interesting developments among the Somali diaspora. Some of us got invited to Djibouti for remembering Arta. What is Arta? Is there any reason we should even remember or think about? In any case, more about that, read below. So a lot to cover this week, and on the road as always. But just to sum up, I guess you can read all the comments below as always. But the main issues this week are really my trip in Madagascar and failed attempt to get to Mozambique and why that failed. And that's that famous or infamous economist headline long time ago, Africa, coups, corruption and chaos and what have you. I shouldn't go that far, but I couldn't go to Madagascar because of the coup. And I won't write more about that because Faisal Ali did a better job than me, and I will share his link with you. But the other stuff, the link between Mauritius and Georgia, that's worth, and I'll write something about that. And the other items about why should we care about Arta 2.0 and what was that invitation all about, that is also worth talking and discussing. So I'll write something about that as well. And the other issues that I mentioned earlier on, whether we really need to continue talking about 21st October 69 and what happened, that is a debate worth having. And I'll write about that as well, and I will explain. And finally, I will also comment on the first female Prime Minister for Japan. And a lot of people are asking me about that. I wish I knew more about politics about Japan. I know only about the technology sector, but I will also write about that. I think it's worth mentioning that. It's a historical issue. There were other issues that were really important in Melbourne, in my Somali community and the diaspora in general. I will also write about that. Why? Because the diaspora can contribute more to Somalia, as well as the countries we live in, whether it's the US, Canada, Europe, or Australia. But specifically this time I'll talk about Australia, where yesterday there was a very interesting meeting about Medicare, an issue that others in the diaspora might not know. It's local to Australia, but I'll write about that as well. I will stop here. My 5 minutes of fame is about gone. So that's for week 42 for you. We'll be back to the normal routine. Until then, Mohammed, to be continued.